All right, what's up, everyone? To another video, Full Speed on Pulse, and we're back with the XR today. Didn't even think I was going to be doing a video tonight, and kind of ran into a little bit of issue with this while we are actually doing another video of the Xr100, and I went back to watch one of my videos, believe it or not, see what the timing specs were for the valves, and we never showed you guys how to time. Shame on me, man. Shame on me. I should have showed you guys, did a whole motor build, and didn't show you guys how to time the motor. So we're going to time the motor today, and we're going to show you how we messed up. And one of the things we're kind of loose on that we should be better at. We really should. It's a no-brainer to do it. And I've slacked on, I think only this one. I think I've gotten way better with all my other builds. But this one, I think we must have slacked on because we didn't put any Loctite on those adjusters for the valve, and they ended up backing all the way out, which is no bueno, but thankfully it didn't drop inside the motor. We got super lucky. Let's just show you guys what we got going on. So first things first, what our original video was, which will be coming out, is that our intake manifold adapter boot here, majigger guy, had a crack in it. And we're sucking air into it, and it was no bueno. Now, you have an OEM one that costs, let's just say around $100. This one here was off Amazon and way cheaper. We got it on. Bike still wasn't running right. So, at first, you know, we want to blame the part that we put on, but there was something going on because the bike would not rev up. So anyways, hopefully we get this thing running great today, and then that means I'll be able to release the video finally for this here, because I did not want to release the video for this until obviously we had the bike running good and we could actually test it. So what we have going on, we got the motor here, top dead center. You got your little T mark right here, which goes to your little nub guy right here. And then you want to make sure that your dot here is facing all the way up. Now, we did address that in the last video, but after that point, we did not show you guys as far as what the specs were, as far as your clearance on your valves. And what would happen is this guy here backed all the way off. The nut and the whole screw here had fallen out and actually just rested inside the valley here, which was so lucky that it did not work its way down into here, dropping into the bottom of the motor. And who knows at that point what could have happened, because we were definitely doing some shenanigans, revving this motor to the moon when she stopped running. So definitely not the best case scenario, but we're hoping to get this all back together tonight and it's going to run good. So let's just get down to the simple of just showing you guys how to adjust your clearance on your valves. Let's get at it. All right, we looked it up on the BBR website, guys, and it's going to be 2 thousandths for the intake side, and it's going to be 3 thousandths for the exhaust side. So let's get adjusting. All right, so what you want to do, I'm not setting up the tripod tonight, so we're just going to try to show you as much as we can, is, you want to put that under there, which is going to be our 2 thousandths, and then you're going to screw that down tight on it. And then we have our locking nut, which again, make sure you use Loctite. And we're going to zip that nut on there, and we're kind of snug it up a little bit. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to use a 9mm wrench that's open, obviously not a socket, and then use your needle nose to adjust the top there to where you find it's good. And you're going to hold that to your best in the same position, and then tighten that nut down so that way it doesn't move. And make sure you double check this, because sometimes when you go to tighten that nut down, even though you think you've held this good enough, it could snug it up a little bit tighter, and then you'll obviously be out of the specs. So, like I said, 2 thousandths is the specs back here. Don't go tighter than 2 thousandths, but I would assume that anywhere between like 2 and 3 thousandths is usually, you have a little wiggle room, but it shouldn't be too hard to get it to where we want that 2 thousandths, which I'm going to show you, should be nice and snug in there. It shouldn't slide around too loosely. And then always make sure you check like between your 3 thousandths shim and making sure that can't go in there. And same with this one here, which this is 3 thousandths spec, so you want to make sure that like your 4 thousandths doesn't slide in there. And yeah, we should be good. Let's tighten this thing up and see what we got. All right, so we got it tightened down. And just, you can hear it. That is perfect. Exactly how you want it. I don't even have to check. 3 thousandths will not fit in there. That is perfect. So let's check this side now. All right, so here we go. 3,000s actually probably slides through there a little easily. It's probably still, you still hear it. It's probably still within spec for sure. But because we know this one came undone, and even though this one looks like it's holding pretty good, we are going to take that nut off real quick, clean the oil off it, and then put a little Loctite on it, and then zip it back down. And then hopefully we get a fire up here real soon. All right, that is, oop. Show you guys a little bit better here. Wow, that's really zooming in on my hand. There we go. All right, so there you go. Perfect. Good to go. Just as you can see here, to get to this process, obviously you take the seat off, side covers, fuel tank. Then you get to your 2 bolts here, and you got to take this off, obviously see your timing mark. If you are trying to get this, you should be able to spin this by hand to the correct timing mark, but if you can't, maybe it was a little bit easier because our valve wasn't hooked up here. Take your spark plug out. It makes it way easier to get it to the right position. Past that, you shouldn't have any issues. Hit me up in the comments if you do, and I'll try to help you guys out as best as I can, but we are ready to fire up, and let's get this thing back together and see if she runs. Oh yeah, she's back in action, guys. Got her warmed up on that 22 mil Mikuni. That's what she's supposed to sound like. So, obviously that intake is working good for us. I will say, we did have to modify that to make that work how we wanted it to. All right, guys, that pretty much wraps up the Xr100 today. I'm glad that went smoothly because we honestly didn't know what was going on until we popped that cover off and seen what was happening. Got super lucky on that. Make sure you're Loctite in all your bolts. You guys already know that's common sense. We messed up on that. But yeah, that's the deal. Make sure you follow for more Xr100 content. And we're going to try to put in a rip on this bike before the year's over. It's getting cool out, but we got room for one more ride. Also, check out our recent videos down in Rush Off-Road where we caught some of the weather from Hurricane Helena. And trust me, it was definitely spicy. So I appreciate you, and you know the deal. Until next time, we'll see you later.